Let's set the stage for the only game tonight in the NBA playoffs. To Minnesota we go for game number 6. Here is what is at stake. The reigning NBA champs, the Denver Nuggets, one win away from their second consecutive trip to a Western Conference Finals appearance. Minnesota trying to hold off elimination, keep their season and this series afloat with a victory tonight to force a Game 7 back at altitude this weekend in Denver. JY is here for a second straight segment, and the Timberwolves, JY, a 2.5-point favorite for game number 6 tonight. The over-under stands currently at 205. In your coach's scouting report, what is the key to game number 6?
Well, number one, the health of Mike Conley, who's questionable for tonight, is going to be key because Mike Conley is a defender and he's someone that can kind of disrupt Jamal Murray a little bit. And he kind of stabilizes the team, right, Ben? He allows them to kind of get to where they need to be. Alexander Walker goes to the bench. Everybody kind of slots into themselves. So the first thing we need to know is Mike Conley going to play tonight? Because I think that's a huge factor that no one's going to talk about. Two, how does Coach Finch handle the adjustment of Denver running a second person at Anthony Edwards? I believe over 30 times they sent a double team at Ant, got the ball out of his hand. So we have to see who is that next guy that's going to step up. Obviously, Cat, shot the ball well, but of course we saw him limping off the floor like he ain't going to play. But I think he's fine. I think it was just a little bit of, a little bit of upset about the game. So, Karl Anthony Towns, who did play well, going 10 and 19 from the floor is the key. But the other big thing is, what are we going to do about Rudy Gobert, right? And I know people are going to sit there and say, the Joker went 8 of 9 from the floor against Rudy. There are moves, folks, that I'm a basketball trainer that I show kids all the time, and even I'm like, how the hell did he get that shot off? So to me, a lot of those baskets that Joker made were such high degree of difficulty. If you're Finch, do you go back to Rudy and play him that 40 minutes? Or do you panic a little bit and go small, put Naz Reid on him or Cat on him? That's going to be the big chess match, is the Rudy Gobert minutes tonight in game number 6.
We'll break down this game with some individual statistics on some players in just a moment. But, Coach, let me ask you this. We talk about momentum, and it's big in sports. You had 6 straight victories for Minnesota. It looked like they were riding high and might even wipe Denver off the court games. They've now lost 3 straight games to the Denver Nuggets here. How do you stop that momentum? Like, what are you telling your team? Like, you started so hot in the playoffs. Now it seems like you can't find yourself in these victories. How do you just get one to get back into this series?
Win the first quarter. You have to win the first quarter. You have to come out first quarter, play really well, play with the lead. Now, obviously, they were only down 2 after 1 in Denver, but you got to get the crowd behind you, because what you have right now is a young team in an elimination game that has lost 3 games in a row, 2 of them at home. The crowd can get really restless and the team can start to panic. The key to me is going to be the first quarter and the whole quarter. You got to be up by 6, 8, 10 points. You can't be like Oklahoma City up 8-2 early and then it goes the other way. You got to jump on Denver and stay on top of them, throw all your knockout punch early, try to get a lead and get the crowd behind you, because if you play from behind, Donnie, you're going to get restless fans and you're going to get kids that are going to panic.
JY, it was a weird set of circumstances, kind of, for Nikola Jokic winning his 3rd NBA MVP award in the last 4 seasons when he was named the league's most valuable player last week. Denver was down 0-2, losing both games on their own home floor to Minnesota, and the Joker did not look great in either of the first 2 of this second-round series against the T-Wolves. But since being named MVP for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons, Nikola Jokic has looked like the NBA's MVP in the last 3 games, 3 wins for Denver. On the left, his stats over this 3-game run: 33 points, 9.3 boards per game, nearly double-digit assists. Of course, in Game 5, a performance for the playoff ages, 40 points, 13 dimes. If Denver is going to win this series in a 6th game tonight, what numbers does Nikola Jokic need to put up?
Triple-double. Put them away. put him away, and do it in any way. And that's what's so great about Nikola Jokic that people understand. He really is a chameleon. Like, he's going to adapt and change his game based off what the defenses do to him. So I would look at triple-double. If there's one prop I'm looking at the assist, because I do think whether it's Gobert or especially Naz Reid, I think you're setting double teams. If I'm Fitch, I'm saying I can't let this guy get 40. I can't let him get 35. I got to keep him 25 or below. So to me, I said more guys at him. You bring him out to the top of the key. You put him in that pinch area at the elbow area where you can see over the defense, and he dimes people up. Joker triple-double. You don't want to do that. Joker over 8.5 assists tonight.
Let's flip it over to the other side, because I think we need a Superman cape on tonight for Anthony Edwards. Take a look at his series: 43, 27, 19, 44, and 18. Obviously, we know the games that he scored 19 and 18, they're not going to win those basketball games, and they didn't. I need a monster performance out of Anthony Edwards tonight. Could we see, Coach, 40-plus minutes and 40-plus points for Anthony Edwards?
That's saying a lot, but I will say this. If you're Anthony Edwards, you go out on your sword tonight. I mean,
that's right.
If you're going out, the shot volume has got to be there. He's got to be able to get up a ton of shots. Only 15 shots in game number 5. Only 15 shots in game number 3. Look at the games that they won. 29-17. He's got to get, folks, 23 to 25 shot attempts up tonight. You got to do more false action. If they send a double team, get him on the run and not play iso ball. But you do need Mike Conley there. I think that we get a big performance out of Anthony Edwards tonight. I think he goes off for 30-plus tonight.
29.5 is that points prop for the Ant-Man. You would think that if Minnesota forces a 7th game, he gets to at least 30. Nikola Jokic to record a triple-double, that's a 2-to-1 number.